Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're listening to a commentary video on League of Legends, this one featuring Ashe. In the first video, we dealt with the initial parts of the laning phase, and I talked a little bit about what it's like playing as Ashe as opposed to some of the other champions. This is actually the first time I've ever actually tried to play as Ashe, so I am not going to be doing any sort of like amazing plays here, but I think that as an introduction to the character it'll probably work out alright. Anyway, I continue to go back and forth up here in the top lane with Mecha Florian, who's playing Annie, and he's done a relatively good job as well up here. You can see me struggling a little bit to last hit, but I do get some of them. Now looks like we're going for the jungle down there at middle, but it looks like Sandover knows that that's what we're doing. So I was planning on coming down here to offer some support in case we needed it, and it looks like we do in terms of going for the dragon down there. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on down there at the bottom of the map. In here in the middle, Maleficent has been trying to go forward and get this particular tower. So I'm going to come forward and try to help him out a little bit. But again, we don't seem to have minions here. And now we can see that Annie is coming down from the top lane. So I'd like to go over here and be in position to get her. But oh, look, there's Janna. More Vision playing Janna is right there in the bushes. So not the best location. And he gets out of the way as well. And so there's Annie. Now, what I could do is flash over this wall and then initiate with my crystal arrow, but I don't do that. Instead, here comes Sandover, and I go ahead and get into a fight with him, but it's not exactly the fight I want. I try to flash out of this and then I guess I should have used Ghost there. Maybe I could have gotten out of that if I'd used Ghost, but I do not use Ghost. I'm slow on doing that. And instead I get killed, and then Mecha Florian gets in a nice stun, and that's able to kill Maleficent on our side. So they were able to beat us pretty decisively there. They pulled all their champions into the middle lane. And meanwhile, Archduke is pushing the bottom lane, which is nice and all, but unfortunately while he's been doing that, two of us got killed mid, and unfortunately now we're going to lose both our initial tower and our second tower in middle lane. So that was a situation where we were going into a team fight, and they just had better positioning than we did, and they also had the advantage of numbers. So they were able to get in there, win the team fight, and then take out not one but two towers. So that's a pretty big loss for our team, and I'm as much to blame as anyone else. Just got caught in a bad position there. Now, as Ashe, one thing you have to keep in mind is, or any attack damage champion who's relatively squishy, your positioning is really key, and I was not in a good position there. They were enemy champs on all sides. So there, I was going after first Annie and then Janna, and now Cole gets in a nice bandage toss on Termith, so I'm going to line up my crystal arrow and get in another stun there, and then we're going to follow that up with a frost arrow and then a volley, and that's able to get the kill on Termith without too much trouble. Now out comes Sandover, and he's getting in a nice stun, but we don't really want to fight Sandover here. He just has way too much armor, way too much defense for this particular team setup. So we're going to back out of here and not try to push things any further. So overall, at least we're able to get one kill back. So at least now I'm back to even in terms of numbers, 2-2 here. And over here, I think that Cull is going for... There you see my Hawkshot in action for the first time. By the way, that's what it looks like. You can see how it reveals. And by the way, look at that cooldown, 50 seconds before I can use Hawkshot again. So not something you can certainly spam. Cole asked me if I wanted to take the Golem buff, but Ashe as a champion really doesn't need the Golem buff to be effective. So I told Cole he might as well just go ahead and take it. And now, finally, I'm able to buy a BF sword. I'm building towards Infinity Edge. I think any good Ashe player would tell you that you want to start by going for Infinity Edge. There's a scoreboard if you want to check it out. You can see how everyone's doing. Our team is struggling, to put it lightly, but we're still in this game. We've only outkilled us 6-2. That's certainly something you can come back from. Anyway, with Ashe, I think the only real question is how many Doran's Blades you want to pick up before you're going for your Infinity Edge. I just picked up one in this game. Didn't try to go for like 2 or 3 Doran's Blades. Again, I'm not sure what the best solution is there. I know I've seen people loading up on Doran's Blades before, and have certainly been effective that way. But I just went straight for the Infinity Edge, in part because I wasn't getting lots of kills and didn't have like tons of gold to play around with. Now notice how the Archduke is auto-attacking, and notice how his auto-attacking results in getting very few minion kills, whereby my last hitting gets me a lot more gold. Again, I have played more of this game than the Archduke, but it is a new champ for me. I think that the Archduke hasn't played much as Rammus either, to be perfectly fair. Anyway, so I head back to mid. There, I can see there's 2 champs top lane, so this looks like a decent opportunity to go forward and get in some shots on the tower here. The problem is, and there I even get in a stun on Janna, who is very wisely hanging out back behind the tower. So that's good positioning there from More Vision. Well done. Anyway, I was thinking we might be able to get that tower there, but we're not able to. And then Cole, I have no idea how Cole even managed to get into this position. It looks like when we backed off that tower, he charged forward for some reason. I really don't know why. And Moravision and Sandover are able to kill him pretty easily. So I'm just not exactly sure what happened there, but somehow Cole found himself in a really bad position. And anyway, the bottom lane was being pushed, so I had to come down here to cover it. Alright, anyway, the bottom lane, as I just said a minute ago, had a lot of minions coming, so I head over to deal with that. And meanwhile, Archduke has just gotten taken out in the top lane, which is bad. I'm not exactly sure. Again, I wasn't watching up there, so I don't know how that happened, but unfortunately, that cost us another tower in the top lane. Over here, I can see, due to our ward, that Sandover is going for the dragon. Now, I can't get over there to the dragon in time to get it myself, but I figure I'm going to go for a dragon steal. So here we go, wait for it. I can see the health up there, wait for it, and boom! Stole the dragon. So yep, that's sure enough, I was able to steal the dragon away from the other team, and that's why we got the level up message there. So one minor nice message, or one minor thing that's going right in the game where we're struggling a little bit. You can see I type in the smiley face and Sandover says lame, and then I type one bright spot in this game. Now, unfortunately, while that was going on, we lost another tower in the top lane, and again, I'm just not exactly sure what was going on with the rest of the team, why we weren't able to stop that push from getting a second tower. I mean, I could understand the first one, but just not sure how we managed to lose a second one there as well, since I was way down on the bottom of the map. But in any case, we did end up losing that tower, and now the enemy team is pushing mid, and the Archduke manages to get picked off. Again, I think that was probably a case of getting caught out of the base. So I'm going to sit back and now try to defend the tower here. You can see they've got 3 mid, but I have the tower on my side, and that is going to help a lot. Also, my arrow will be back. My crystal arrow is almost back up. Will be back up very soon. I have to play defensively though. So here I go. I'm going to launch it at Termith, and now I'm going to try to finish him off. But Termith gets off a very nice rocket jump as Tristana, and then the Janna ult from. Sorry, I can't remember the name. Moravision, I think. The Janna ult manages to provide a lot of health back to the rest of the team. So that's some nice combination. And I type over here that it's a nice Janna ult to the other team. So giving credit where credit is due. Had it not been for that Janna ult, I think we would have managed to kill Termith there. So a nice escape for their team. Okay, let's see. What's going on here right now around the map? Anyway, I went back. I was able to purchase the pickaxe, the next item towards Infinity Edge. And I went back to buy 2 more sight words because we can use more sight around the map. And you can see we're having a little bit of issues here. Now Janna is sticking around here, and again, if I had my arrow, my crystal arrow, I could possibly get a stun and then maybe get a kill there. But of course, it's on cooldown for the immediate future. Now I was going to go and try to get the red buff here because it's so good on Ashe, but unfortunately it was already gone, and I'm pretty sure the other team took it. So that's a bit of a loss, but we were forced back into our base, which means that they are free to run around and start taking some of the buffs in our jungle. Okay, sorry about that. I actually had a phone call and I had to stop recording the commentary and pick it up again. Anyway, like I said, the fact that we were forced back into our base meant that the other team was able to start controlling a lot of the buffs in this game. Here, once again, we have a number of us mid. Actually, I think all of us are grouped up around mid. So if we can fight together and fight effectively, we might be able to do well. So we start pushing on this tower. But then behind us, you can see on the minimap, Sandover and Moravision have come in and have started to attack Maleficent. So Cole comes in and actually tries to ult, but then again, there's a really nice Janna ult that just blows him away. And then I get double stunned, first by Annie, Mechaflorian playing Annie, and then again I get tossed up into the air by Janna, and Sandover's able to blow me up, and so I'm killed pretty quickly. Now Cole gets off an amazing bandage toss to escape, so well done there, Cole, but then instead of walking back to the safety of the tower, Cole runs off to the right, right next to all the enemy minions, so the enemy team can see exactly where he is, and I'm not exactly sure why Cole went over to these bushes here. Again, because Cole walked right past the minions, they could see exactly where he went. And then he's going to get grouped up upon by the enemy team, and they're going to kill him. And that's going to be that. So, yeah, down goes Cole, with Mechaflorian getting the actual kill. And now Maleficent goes forward in order to set up some towers. But again, Maleficent, for your reference, if you're playing Heimer and you're going to try to defend, set up your turrets right next to the tower. Don't set them up way in front of the tower. That they're just going to be killed immediately, and there's no point to doing that. Now they've got a couple of them pushing on our tower here. And here comes Sandover. He wants to try and taunt us, and Archduke starts to pursue. I get in a pretty good arrow. I actually wasn't going for Sandover. I was trying to hit one of the other people on their team, and unfortunately, Ghost and Flash are both down right now, so I am not able to chase and pursue and get these people. And it looks like their whole team is going to slip away with hardly any health left. So that is really unfortunate. And I fire off Hawkshot, but I didn't realize that if you shoot the Hawkshot into an obstacle, a terrain obstacle, it doesn't do anything. So that's really a shame, because we needed to get some kills there when their team was overextended, and unfortunately we just weren't able to do so. Really wish that Ghost and Flash had not been on cooldown there, but again, goes to show the difference between when your summoner abilities are up and ready to use and when they're not. Makes a big difference. Anyway, once again, you could see they typed in for me to grab the red buff, and I would have loved to have done so, but once again, it's either not up yet or the enemy team has stolen it. Not 100% which one it is, but in any case, we're not able to grab that for me. Now, once again, if I had the lizard buff there and I had the slowing effect, then again, their team would not have been able to slip away, because whoever I hit with my arrows would have been getting slowed. Alright, now I think I was going over to put a ward over here by Dragon. Again, we have not been able to control the Dragon. Sandover has been doing a really good job of controlling the Dragon, playing as Rammus, and that's another reason why their team's getting ahead. They're starting to out-level us, which means that we're going to have to be forced back to defending our base and playing very defensively. Now, we do have a big wave of minions pushing the bottom lane, but we can't really get over there in order to do anything. Here, maybe I should have arrowed Janna and initiated there, but again, with just me and the Archduke here, we probably don't have enough damage to kill Janna. But maybe I could have done something if I'd arrowed in. Not 100% sure. Oh well, like I said, I haven't played this character too much, and Archduke heads over in order to farm up that top lane. Alright, we're getting towards the end of this video again, so I'm just going to say stay tuned for part 3, where we'll see how this game's decided one or the other. And yay, some nice last hitting. Hooray.